It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Aycock baseball player who committed to Belmont Abbey, CJ Hare. How are you doing today?
Really good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about, of course, how you started playing baseball in high school and wanting to move on to the college level?
Yeah. So it all started eighth grade year. The summer between eighth grade and ninth grade year, we were chosen to play on the freshman summer ball team with Aycock to, get the coaches to look at us and things like that. So I ended up playing there, doing good, and then we had a tryout my freshman year in the spring, and that ended up going well. And I ended up making the team my freshman year, and then it's all just been like that the same way through high school.
Can you talk about, of course, what you've accomplished so far at Aycock?
I've accomplished certain things whenever it comes to lineup. Freshman year, I wouldn't say I started, but I was definitely trying to get a starting position my freshman year. Coming in as a freshman, it can be hard sometimes to start right off the bat, but I ended up working my way up there and ended up starting, batting second, and finishing out the season pretty good for my team.
Can you talk about, of course, some of your playing time at Aycock and what you've accomplished along with how your high school career has been?
Yeah, so since freshman year, as I said, I started, and sophomore year, I started as well. I batted leadoff. We had a pretty good run that year, but as you know, we don't have playoffs for JV. And then junior year, I moved up, started the games that we actually played in because that was the Corona year. And we had a really good chance at making states and even possibly going really, really far in the state playoff round. But Corona hit and all that stuff ended our season. So that's where I've really been with whenever it comes to playing time and stuff I've accomplished at Aycock.
Can you talk about, of course, the recruitment process for you and what that was like during COVID?
Yeah, the recruitment process was definitely hard because I had a bunch of schools talking to me back and forth, like, oh, we want to get you on campus. We want you to see our campus. We want you to come to a camp. And since COVID happened, everything shut down. We were barely even able to play travel ball this year, but we ended up playing most of the year in the summer. But the recruitment process was very hard considering Division I schools weren't able to come out and watch us play. They weren't able for us to go on their campus. Just it was really hard talking to schools as well. But I found I ended up going at the end of the fall to a Belmont Abbey camp and really enjoyed it there. Me and the coaches hit it off, and the outfield coach. I have a lot of respect for him, Coach Martinez up there at Belmont Abbey, and then it just went on from there. He contacted me a couple days, or I think it was like a week or two after I had went to the camp, and wanted to sit down and talk with me about if I wanted to go there, my interest in the school, stuff like that. So that's how the recruitment process has been for me.
What were some of the schools that were looking at you besides Belmont Abbey?
Well, as you know, with COVID, whenever it happened, seniors from the year before were able to come back. But before that, I had Barton, Belmont Abbey, Pfeiffer, Methodist, Lenore. I had UNCG, some other schools off and on, but I don't really want to throw them out there because I wasn't really talking to them like I was those schools.
Can you talk about, of course, what you plan to accomplish after your senior year at Aycock for Belmont Abbey?
I plan to accomplish, hopefully, starting as fast as possible, showing the coaches there that I'm going to work hard and definitely be a good fit for their team. Also getting a lot better whenever it comes to my game and physically better, as in becoming stronger and faster and just becoming the best baseball player I can be.
Can you talk about, of course, what you plan to accomplish in your senior year?
Well, if everything goes the way that we think it's going to go, hopefully a state playoff run, definitely, and just growing as a team, helping the other people on my team get recruited, and being a good teammate all the way around.
What was your experience like signing your letter of intent to play for Belmont Abbey?
Honestly, it was a dream come true because my sister, I have an older sister, and she ended up going to Campbell, and I was there the day that she signed her letter of intent in the same room at the same table. So that was kind of crazy, and it kind of made me feel like, one day that day is the day that I realized that I wanted to go play college baseball, and it really, took a toll on me. And after that, I just started working my tail off to get to where I'm at now. And it was just a dream come true at that point.
What advice would you give upcoming high school baseball players looking to play in college and even play in general?
Work hard, respect all your coaches, and definitely be coachable.
What advice would you give upcoming college players?
As I said, with the upcoming high school players, definitely be coachable. Listen to everything they have to say, wrong, right, indifferent. If you like it, if you don't, and try it out. Definitely don't shut somebody down whenever they tell you something, and just keep working, because there's always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be somebody above you that you want to reach and strive to be better than.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
They can find me at SJ Harris on Instagram, and I have 2 more S's after the Harris, and that's where you can find me on social media. I don't really have Twitter.
Thank you again, SJ, for your interview, and best of luck at Aycock in your senior year and Belmont Abbey.
Appreciate it.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, SJ, for your interview, and best of luck.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.